Hi, I've been muted this whole time, and I really apologize because I was doing something that I totally forgot I did. Yeah, so let me go back here and. Yeah, it works now. Sorry about that. Thank you for watching out for me, guys. Appreciate that. That's definitely stuff I need to happen. Well, so. I'm going to just rush through this now, since we screwed that up. Last we left, they met Azalea, Christian, Red. They had a discussion about Danilo, learned that he's a demigod, birthed from Illumina and Nefarious. He's got a twin brother named Sparrow. Zareth learns about Frederick's brother, Johnny, who was taken away at a young age. And let's see here, and then the second watch comes around. There's a pack of wolves that start stirring up the camp as they try to hunt down whatever food they can find, fresh bodies and whatnot. But however, Dancing Light manages, with some slight casualties but not full casualties, they manage to pull through and defeat the threat. Let's see here, maybe now I can pick up because I really apologize. One of those days already. The next day they wake up and make their way up the mountain, and thus began to clear the passageway through the road cutting into the mountain pass. With a few members gaining exhaustion from the work, the group continues to shovel through and progress to the other side of the mountain range, leading down to a pathway that leads to Miscus. They set up another camp partway down on the large turning bend. First watch happens, and Oscar and Sarah take it up with Frederick. Rachel is muttering in her sleep, whispering stuff about not doing something, and wakes up with nightmarish dreams. Lindsay also seems to be stirring in her sleep as well. Nightmares are had, but Rachel returns to sleep. Lindsay is physically kicking in her sleep. Second watch with Apollo and Red. Apollo explores a new spell and tries to pinpoint its origins. Third watch, Borden and Azalea. Azalea starts to converse with Borden about his clerical startings, and Azalea gives reasons for her switch to the Light Goddess, her attempt to resurrect a soul for someone who the church wasn't wanting to have any dealings with. After assisting Linda, she found her way with Illumina. Lindsay, that's kind of weird. I wonder why I did that. She explains that she found her way with Illumina after assisting Linda. Lindsay wakes up in a fright from her nightmare, and Borden attempts to calm emotion. However, it seemed to have no effect on her as she pretends to be fine and goes back to bed. Rachel wakes up later on, being loud after her nightmare, with her muttering about and talking about a throne or something, but she can't fully remember it all the way. Borden offers that Lindsay is going through something similar, and the two of them could share what's going on with them. Leo takes the last watch, and with Frederick and in the middle of the watch, Lindsay wakes up again. She sits next to Leo, and as he offers her over, he questions her about it and asks if it's about Minerva. Leo passes over a notepad. The two have a conversation. She says she's aware of it being Minerva, but she can't quite keep the memories as to the dream as they dissipate. Leo questions that she might be cursed, and the discussion of maybe a restoration or something might be in order. The shift ends peacefully, however. The group starts to gather up once again and start down the mountain. They make their way past the upper mountain and now enter into flat land, and they start to run into familiar land to Leo. They then find their way to the crossroad leading to Miscus, making their turn, carrying on as they make their way to Miscus, and it's about 10 p.m. in the evening. So, as you guys are riding into this town, and as I go pull up my notes of Miscus, as you walk in but as you're driving in, your carriages go through a scenario where off to the left, and the right, there's this cemetery on both sides. As you enter into this town, it leads to a cemetery, and there's a chapel off to the left further down. Several grave markers are placed here. Many of these graves, well, if you ever wanted to look at them, we can look at that later. But pressing in further, the caravan kind of carries over until you see a very well lit up establishment. It's made out of there's music coming in and out of this one place, and there's like a dancer looking emblem on the top of the building, and it says Dancer's Delight. And outside it's styled in wood, so it doesn't look like anything exotic from the outside. Going past that, there's also an inn called the Balden's Keeper, and then you can make out the port that's further down. The caravan starts to pull in front of the Balden's Keeper, which is right next to the dancing, or what is it, Dancer's Delight. Carriages start opening up, and everybody's escorted out, or however you want to proceed. It is late evening. How do you want to go about this? Alright, this harbor is pretty large for what it is. There are a few crew workers working. You can see carriages lining up, carrying like freight trade and everything. And there's like shipment people who are like loading up cargoes onto like pallets to be moved up to where they can get lifted up and put onto a ship. Other than that, there's no real activity on any of the boats except for anything that's got like a freight that they're trying to load. You might find 3 or 4 workers working around this dock. There's like 3 lines of wooden docks that lead out into the ocean part way, and several ships are kind of lined up against it, parking. Make an investigation check. It is nighttime, so nobody has anything like totally lit up and open for you to see. And let me get on that right page so we can see what you wrote. It takes you a good while. You couldn't tell because there's just no lights. There's only enough light for the crew workers to be kind of going around carrying their stuff to where they got to take it. But other than that, you finally get to like an office looking building, and it's just shut. Dark, nobody's here. And like I said, you see movement down at the dock, but these guys are just moving freight. Yeah. Yes. Oh my fucking hell. Today? Really? Seriously? What the hell's going on today? Alright, let me check something. Because if... No, what I don't get is if that was the case, then why am... Because you're coming through desktop audio, it should be good. Alright. Let me check. A lot of them were just being quiet too, but alright, so let's get these situations fixed. So maybe the... Let me check my settings here. Nah, everything on my end says it should be working, right? I don't get this. Let me check properties of this here. Well, we're off to a great start. Yeah, it's showing the right location of everything. Leo said, okay, yeah, you said something, my meter peaked. I don't know why you guys aren't hearing it. I could just try restarting the stream though. Maybe that's what I need to do. Did anybody... Leo, say stuff for me. You're a louder person. Alright, then I will just have to restart the stream, guys. I'll be back. We'll see if we can't get this situated.